So welcome everybody to the Friday morning warm-up number 95. Heading, well, at a steady pace, shall I say, to number 100, which will be in a few weeks' time. Right, today it's the turn of the blues in C. So we'll be playing that later on, and also looking at the arpeggios in a typical simple C blues. C for concert instruments, D for the B flat instruments, and A for the E flat instruments. Okay, let's just start with the usual little bit of clapping, and I'm just going to put it on the screen. And it's the same sheet as last week. Last week we did the cascara, the rhythm on the top line, which is traditionally banged out on the side of a drum by somebody. This is traditionally in Cuban music, but these sort of rhythms have found their way into all sorts of music. So you don't need to feel that just because you're not likely to play a Cuban song, you're not likely to need these rhythms, because they do crop up in all sorts of different kinds of music. But we're going to do the second line this time, and it's one we've done before, but it is a very important rhythm and important one to know, and also be able to just play as in a relaxed fashion. I'm going to clap the bottom one, but you can clap the top one if you like, and just see how the two connect. You can see which notes are common in which beats are common in the two patterns as shown, and they will lock together. So you might get the cascara being played by one percussionist, and the son clave 2/3 played by another one on a set of claves. Okay, so after 4, I'm going to clap the bottom one, but you can clap the top one or the bottom one, and stamp your feet if you like. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Last time. There we have it, son clave 2/3. Son is a style of Cuban music, which is where that name comes from. 2/3 simply means there are 2 beats in the first bar, 3 beats in the second. Nothing technical about that particularly. Okay, if you'd like to grab your musical instruments, and I'll grab mine. Just realised I haven't switched it on. And we will just do a bit of yeah, I'm working. Just going to warm up our instruments in whatever fashion you like. Concert C, just for a minute, blowing and scraping and twanging. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. It's a minute of getting more intimate with your musical instrument. Now we're now going to play the chromatic scales. So if you'd like to get ready for that, it's going to be at a steady, slower pace than we were clapping. So just going up from the, or down, sorry, we are going up from the root note concert C up to the C and back down again. So. After 4, are you ready? C chromatic scale, all the notes, all the way up, all the way down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. That was 80. This is 110 beats per minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to 150. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and one more, nice quick one. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There, we have it, 180 beats per minute, chromatic scale. The word chromatic really means a note not in the key. We talk about the chromatic scale as being all the notes, but it's really just a word for a note which is not in the key. And diatonic is a word for the note which is in the key or scale. So, okay, that was a chromatic scale. Let's go on to our instrument sheet and start looking at well, as you know from the previous weeks, we've got two particular aspects that we're looking at here, two ingredients I suppose of the a 12-bar blues in C in this instance, and one aspect is the blues scale, a scale which is derived from African music originally, and the other aspect is the more theoretical dominant seventh arpeggios, which are used or played over the dominant seventh chords which appear in a blues, and they're major chords. Well, they're dominant seventh chords, but they've got a major third, as opposed to the blues scale, which has got a minor third. So they're very different sounding scales. So first of all, we're just going to look at the blues scale itself, and just one octave. And that's the first bar on the sheet, so we're just going to play that. Guitarists, you will see it's quite a low octave. If you wanted to start an octave higher, please do. It might be different fingering, or it will be different fingering. Or start on the 3rd fret of the A string, or do it somewhere completely different, just to give yourself a bit of a challenge. So here we go. We're going to just play that first bar. Oh, not at 180. Let's turn that down. We're at 90 on these exercises these days. We've crept up. Here we go. First bar. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. So that's the ascending minor blues scale. As I said before, there is a major blues scale, but we're not looking at that at the moment. But that's the minor blues scale. Let's do the second bar, the descending minor blues scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. If you wanted, this is just out of interest, if you wanted to explore the major blues scale, you would start, so that's a C blues scale. If you go up to the third, you're on an E flat. And if you start from there and go up an octave following the same notes as this, you will find yourself playing the E flat major blues scale. So it starts on the third degree of the minor blues scale. Anyway, I'll leave that one with you. We're not going to talk about that anymore today. So we're on to the third bar now. So that was the minor blues scale, and we're now looking at the dominant seventh arpeggio for a C7 concert C7 chord. So the root, the third, the fifth, the seventh, and the octave root again. And so the traditional C blues will have a lot of C7s in it, and this is the these are the notes in that chord C7, concert C7, D7 or A7 for the B flats and E flats. And I have just spotted a little error for guitarists. That 5, 5th fret on the tab, can you make it 10 on the D string? Don't have to write it down, just remember it's 10, otherwise it's a bit of a funny stretch. Okay, here we go. Bar number 3, the dominant 7th arpeggio of the tonic chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, sorry, I slipped on the string there again. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the root, the third, the fifth, the seventh. You can hear it. And the root again. So let's move on to the next one. So this is the same chord but upper fourth. So this is the 7th arpeggio of the 4 chord. Okay, F7 for concert. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. And in a traditional simple blues, the 3 chords are C or C7, F or F7, and G, G7. So that's the 1, the 4 and the 5 chord. And so we're now going to look at the 5 chord, also known as the dominant chord, dominant 7th. So that's the last bar on the top line. Let's play that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Well, they're the ingredients of the 3 dominant 7th chords in a blues. Let's put them into a little pattern. So we've got the next 2 lines, 8 bars. The first 2 bars are the arpeggio for the 1 chord. Then it goes up to 2 bars for the 4 chord, ascending and descending. Then it's back to the 1 chord on the next line. And then it's to the 5 chord on the last 2 bars. So it's following what's called a 1-4-1-5 progression, which is the most common chord sequence, whatever the key, in all popular music, blues, jazz, whatever. Probably in classical music as well, but I've not looked very deeply into it there. But it's a standard progression in Western harmonic music. And most things derive from it, even if there are lots of substitutions and inserted passing chords and so on. So we're just following, even the blues, yes, it's the blues you'll see goes from the 1 to the 4, back to the 1, up to the 5, even though it spends longer on some chords than others. So we're going to play those 2 lines after 4. Only crotchet, so not so speedy as the last bit. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just resolve it up a semitone on the last bit, because I haven't shown that last note. Otherwise you end up on the dominant 7th, which is a bit unresolved. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Resolve. Okay, we'll do that again. While I think of it, just a thing about if you are wanting to practice or warm up on these chord sequences using any form of accompaniment, a very good way, of course, is to use a metronome. Either set it to beat 2 and 4, or set it to beat 1, or every beat, but the less it's doing, the more you work yourself, the more you've got to think about where the beat is, and that'll improve your timing. So some people just stick it on beat 4, for example, so it's silence, 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 click, silence, silence, and you play over the top of that. So playing to a metronome is a very good way to improve your timing. I'd say second is to actually find a piece of music which follows this chord sequence and practice to that, and you might find yourself doing a few other things as well once you hear what they're playing, but that's a very good way to pick up the feel and the sound and the language of the music that you're learning or playing, wanting to play, because you'll start to imitate what you're hearing on the track itself. In fact, C-Jam Blues, if you're into jazz music, C-Jam Blues is a very good one to listen to, Duke Ellington, and to play along to. It's a simple, not too fast C blues. It's got all the language of jazz in there. You'll pick up the little phrases, the rhythms. The melody's only got 2 notes in it, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn. And so it's a good one to practice to. I think the third and last thing I'd suggest is backing tracks, because backing tracks don't teach you the language, but they do obviously give you a lot of help. They do tend to make it a little bit easier for you than in reality, in real life, because it's a bit like riding a bicycle with stabilizers on. It's giving you all the help you need to play along. But nevertheless, they're good things if you haven't got a live track. In fact, if you just go onto Google and type in C blues backing track, you'll be inundated with... actually, go onto YouTube and do it. That's probably the best place. Go onto YouTube, type in C blues backing track, and you'll get countless videos of backing tracks that you can play along to. They'll do it in all keys. There'll be somebody who's provided a backing track in all key, and you can practice along to that as well. So backing tracks are great, but ideally pick a live bit of music, a real recording, or the metronome. Right, that's enough talk. Oh, I said I was going to do it one more time. Yes, you're all sitting there patiently saying, come on, I want to do that again. So let's do the second and third line again, all 8 bars after 4 for the last time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Resolve on the tonic. Good, good, good. So they're the arpeggios of the 1, the 4, and the 1 again, and the 5 chord in sevenths. Dominant sevenths, 4-note chords. Right, so we'll leave the dominant 7th chords to one side and go back to the actual blues scale itself. So here, the last 2 lines of the sheet are 4 independent blues phrases, each 2 bars long, based on the blues scale, not the arpeggios, based on the blues scale. And if you were to play these licks over, or phrases over, any part of a C blues, that should sound okay. You don't need to follow the chords quite so closely when you're playing the blues scale. It's got that knack of sounding right wherever you are in the tune. Just playing that one scale, which is why people like it so much, I'm sure. Right, so we're going to play the first one. You've heard these all before from previous weeks, but we'll still work our way through them. So the first one, as I've said before, is based on Sunshine of Your Love by Cream, but it's just a pattern based on the blues scale. So here we go. First 2 bars of the penultimate line after 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So coming down, descending the blues scale after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's loop it a few times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. You'll notice that all these blues phrases have that characteristic consecutive semitone leaps in, well, not really leaps, are they? Steps. Which is unusual in a scale, but you do find it in the blues scale. Okay, on to the second pair of bars, the second phrase. So, as always, just always check the rest and the length of the rest before a phrase starts. So this will be after 3, yeah, because you've got a 2-beat rest and then a half a beat rest. So the count will be 1, 2, 3, da da da. Starts on the end of 3. So on to the second 2 bars. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Last time, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's loop it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last time, 1, 2, 3. If you were playing any of these for real, you can swing them as well as play them straight. That was straight. Or you can swing it. It's written the same, it's just played with a little swing triplety rhythm. Dumpty dumpty dumpty. Okay, on to the bottom line of the sheet. And again, look at the rest. Right, we've got 3 beats of rest there, 3 crotchet rests. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, da da da. Little triplet on the fourth beat on the 4th beat there. So we're going to play the first 2 bars of the bottom line. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's loop it now. After 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Doobie-dee-doobie-doo-boo. On to the last 2 bars. Final phrase today. And dum 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 diddly dum dum diddly doo. Straight in after 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's loop it. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Well, hey, there we go. C blues scales, phrases. Okay, we're going to just finish off this morning's session with our usual little strum. So we'll be in the key of C, concert C. There we go, at the top there for C instruments. If you're going to play the harmonica, well, C7 has got a B flat in it. So therefore you want a key which is all the notes of C but with a B flat, and then that of course is F. So you need an F harmonica if you are intending to play over a C blues. Right, just for a minute then I'm going to strum those chords at the top. You can join me strumming, or you can play some of those arpeggios, or we'll use the blues scale. I'm going to give it a bit more of a bluesy swing feel this time. So 1, 2, A 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the beginning. And off we go again. For the last time. Here we go. Okay, there we have it. And that's it for today. Thank you very much, everybody. Maybe see some of you on Wednesday evening at the Essex Arms for the Jazz Jam. And if anyone wants to come and see one of my other little outfits, Angie and Dave, we're playing at Wibbler's Brewery in Southminster. That's not till the 16th of April. It's in the afternoon, 12:15, I think. Anyway, I'll put it into the email. So, okay, you can unmute yourselves and say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
And I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Dave.
Chris. Have a good weekend.
Bye,
Everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Enjoy
Don't
the
eat too
jazz
many
course.
Easter eggs.
Don't eat too many.
See you, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, David.
Bye.
Enjoy the jazz course.
Thank you very much. See you. Bye.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks,
everybody.
Dave.
Yeah.
Keep well, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you then.
Oh, I can't leave. How do I go?
Can't leave. I'll
Bye.
terminate you, Jeff. See you then. See you.
Bye.
Are you playing tonight, Dave?
Tonight, in Walthamstow.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Why are you going to go?
Well, I might do. You didn't mention it, and I thought, oh, I didn't want to.